Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another glorious live stream. It is, after all, the best day of the week, the Saturday live stream. At least for me, it is. Shoot, man, you guys know how bummed out I am at the end of each live stream because I know that it's another 7 days before I can do another live stream, and I'm like, damn. I could technically do a second or third live stream, but no. These Saturday live streams, these are special. And I kind of feel like if I do more than one live stream a week, it'll start to taint this special Saturday live stream for me. But a couple of days ago, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching a movie or a TV show with my wife, and I was thinking about this week's live stream, and I had an epiphany. And I'm like, do I like doing live streams? Or do I just like drinking? Because the only time I drink is on screen with you guys, right? So maybe I don't even like live streams. Maybe I just like drinking. Maybe I have a problem and the only way I could get my fix is on live stream with you guys. But yeah, what is the drink of choice today? White tequila. Tequila Blanco. What is this? Holy crap, 80 proof. I'm going to die. Yeah, I am going to die. As a matter of fact, for lunch, I did have a very small sip. Kind of test it out. And this stuff is disgusting. Brown tequila was actually kind of drinkable, but the white tequila was not drinkable at all. And in fact, I had to get me a gridlock, and I might have to sit there and mix this together because, ugh, not good. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about this week. So this could go 30 minutes, or you guys could keep me chatting away. Watch me get drunk as heck because, yeah, this is going to do it. 20, 30 minutes in, I'm going to be bouncing off the walls. Stay tuned. Oh God, that's terrible. Oh, that is bad. That is bad stuff. Oh wow. Uh so title or basic up base a couple updates before we get into, I guess, the main subject for today. I talked to my buddy Rob, or message him real quick just before today's video. You guys know we only have two more videos. Week 5, Matt Mania for the AWA Rumcos. And then week 6 is just going to be kind of, accessories and other stuff that AWA Rumco produced. Like thumb wrestlers, wrestling rings, mini mashers, the championship belt, things like that, right? So that's going to be all mixed up into one singular video. And that's going to be week 6. That'll complete the Tuesday show for the AWA Remcos. After the Remcos, the Tuesday show is going to continue on with the WCW Galoobs. Right now, we're only looking at 2 weeks of shows, Series 1, Series 2. I did want to include the Series 3 unreleased figures. Technically, from Kevin Pelkey, I did get those customs unpainted several months ago, and I sent them out to be customized, painted, and I just haven't gotten them back yet. Freaking Rob, I sent him like a million boxes. So when I say I basically gave him enough work to last the next 10 years, I'm barely exaggerating. So, I mean, he knows that there's no rush, but so I wanted to see kind of see where he was at with those figures because I do want to include those Series 3 Galoobs at the bare minimum. Oh wow, I'm already getting tongue tied. Um, at this point, Series 3 Galoob, if I am able to include that, Galoob is essentially going to be it for me as far as the Tuesday shows are concerned. I have had talk about possibly expanding it to the WCW Original San Francisco Toymakers because that's really the only other thing that I could say is mostly complete up to Series 4 or Series 5. But once you start getting into the smaller 4.5 inch figures, I don't care about those. So I'm only at the 7 inch figures, right? 6 inch figures once I get into like the vibrating figures, etc. But I don't know how many people are really interested in that. Normally, when I do reviews on Galoob, they get very few views. Probably around 100 or so. So it's not like it's like a crazy watched review for me. But I still want to include them because the Tuesday shows have been so much fun these last 7-8 months. For you guys, if you want to see the the original San Francisco line continued on to the Tuesday show, let me know. I'll continue the Tuesday show. Otherwise, July will be it. Tuesday shows will end in July. That leaves Saturday live streams and that leaves Sunday magazine reviews basically as my only ongoing videos, guaranteed videos. Obviously, new pickups. If Lutuni is releasing anything, if Big Rubber Guys is releasing anything, and I get those in, yes, those reviews are coming. Additionally, for those viewers who've been with me for a few years, back in 2022, I don't know, it was late 2022 or late 23, especially. I used to make these comparable LJN videos. I used to take all my customs and take the original LJNs, take all my customs that were of the same mold. Like I would have Series 1 LJN Hulk Hogan, and I would take my custom Series 1 Hulk Hogan's and basically compare all the figures in a video review. Ted DiBiase original LJN compared to my Ted DiBiase customs of that same mold, etc. And we would look at all of those figures in one particular video. So I know I did several. I mean, how many? 10, 15? There were a bunch. And I was going character by character because shoot, man, I got a gazillion customs, right? So I've always wanted to bring that back to the channel because that was one of my most popular segments of the channel. And it was always something I really enjoyed. But I stopped buying customs like that. I mean, who needs 12 different Brutus Beefcake figures or 12 different Roddy Pipers, 12 different Series 5 Hulk Hogan's, etc. Speaking of which, if you guys haven't seen it, Net did come out with a second copy of Ichiban Hulk Hogan. Technically, I would have actually liked if she came out with this Ichiban Hogan prior to releasing the Series 5 Ichiban Hogan. I mean, the whole Ken Patera arms up, I could have lived without, but at least it was different than the Series 5 that she released prior. But I will pick it up eventually. That and Owen Hart I still need. But right now, I'm putting those figures on hold. But I am still wanting to bring that segment back to the channel eventually. But that means I might have to go out and buy new figures, right? But I bring myself to the main topic of discussion. Are customs worth the investment anymore? So there is a eBay seller, Lady Lux Leather, and Nick, he's like Random Treasures. He sells actual sculpted rubber LJN figures. He's probably one of only a few people that I actually know that actually make physical rubber LJNs. Everyone else, they make resin figures. So the fact that he actually molds his own rubber, that's pretty freaking amazing, right? So Lady Deluxe Leather, I mean, he only has a few molds. So he will make Series 6 Warlord. He'll make Series 6 Ultimate Warrior. He'll make the Series 5 Hulk Hogan. And he can do any color scheme you want. He'll make Sergeant Slaughter Hasbro, the Mailway Hasbro Sergeant Slaughter. So, and he has like his own version of like Kevin Sullivan and Ric Flair. So kind of think about like the bloody Ric Flair that you get from Big Rubber Guys, something similar to that. So basically, he has this overstock. He can't sell them. He'll put them on auction. But generally, he'll try to sell them for like around $120, $130. But think about it this way. Warlord, even Warrior, there's no reason a rubber figure like that, even a custom, those should easily sell for north of $100 on eBay. But they don't. They're customs, right? But they're customs of originals. They sell for around $65 to $85. But for a person that doesn't want to pay $130 from Random Treasures for a Warlord custom, they can bid on it through his account, right? For someone who doesn't want to pay $200 to $400 for a original on eBay, they could bid on that. And it going only for around $70 or so. That's insane. I still ask the question because on Facebook a few days ago, Andrew, he had a posting for some Hasbro customs, and I'm having buyer's remorse. Now, I've bought from Andrew 100 million times. Like, I don't think there's a seller that I bought from more on this planet than Andrew, like a gazillion times. Okay. And I think I've gotten spoiled by him as well because his stuff is always pristine. And, I've known him obviously from eBay, but, we're, Facebook friends as well. And so, I saw his listing on Facebook and I got on Facebook Messenger, called him up on the phone. And, I talked to him and I'm like, hey, do you have these figures? I sent him a list of the ones I was interested in. He sent me a list back of what he hasn't sold. And, I just PayPal'd him the money of, what, dollar amount of what he requested. I got the figures in and opened up a couple. They were fine. By the time I got to the third, fourth, fifth, I'm like, I had buyer's remorse for the customs. And if I could go back, I'm like, I wouldn't have bought these. Well, what Hasbro figures did I buy, and why would I buy them, or why would I have remorse for them? At first glance, they were an awesome buy. For the money that I spent, I was comfortable with it. So think about this, like a Hasbro unreleased Series 12 Lex Luger, right? Normally, when I talk about Series 12, I always go to the Mattel Retros because Mattel Retros wave, I don't know what wave that was, 3 or 4, which would have been like Series 13 or 14. I don't remember what wave it was, but um, you bring out that orange card of Doink and Lex Luger, etc. That's what you show off. But now I have an actual Series 8 Lex Luger Hasbro and repainted with his, all red. And that would have been your Series 12 Lex Luger had Hasbro continued into 1995, right? Looks good. Action works, but head is a little bit loose and his finger's broken. So the artist, they took a damaged Lex Luger, they painted him up. They painted him pretty darn solid, and that's why they were able to sell this particular figure, is because of the paint scheme. Now, if I get a custom, I want it to be pristine, right? So that damaged pinky, I don't like that. Uh, Another thing, Bastion Booger. I had a Bastion Booger I bought from Stephen Watson from the UK. I really didn't need another one, but because I was already buying a Lex Luger Series 12, I'm like, you know what? Why not go for another one? I'll just have two of them in my collection. And my buddy Kirk needs a Bastion Booger for his collection, an authentic one with the actual movable legs, so he could do his finisher, and not that stupid freaking zombie sailors one where the legs don't move. And it's got a good head mold and everything. It looks great. So I'm happy with this one. This one was solid. But one of the big pieces was Ultimate Warrior, and this is one that had me thinking buyer's remorse. Came broken in the package. I'm like, oh hell. Like, why? You see this all the time. Like even my Mortal Kombat figures were like that. Sometimes they use magnets. Sometimes they just got like the removable screws. And I'm not a fan. Like, you got to like super glue that down or something. So you basically got to keep it stationary. So I'm not a big fan of that. Or you got an authentic Mean Gene Okerlund Hasbro. And I'm like, okay. Arm's a little weak. Does it come off? Yep. Comes off. Head pops off. I'm like, man. We're not talking $10 or $20 on these figures either. Yeah. But Mean Gene Okerlund would have been a great addition, right? Roddy Piper looks amazing. Basically a Rick Martel figure, but look at the waist. Look how weak the waist is. But I think they just took his Series 2 figure, repainted it. Looks great, but the loose waist kills it. The one thing that I am proud of is IRS. They drilled a hole in his hand, gave him this awesome suitcase with the little handle, slide the suitcase in his hand. I mean, the arms, they move, but it doesn't it's not like the arms, the extended arm or anything, but still, this looks like this was made by Grapplers and Gimmicks. Like literally, this looks like this looks like it's a Grapplers and Gimmicks figure. So this is arguably the best figure from the bunch. This one I'm glad I picked up. I think this is an improvement over the original Hasbro. So, but When I talk about buyer's remorse, I wouldn't have picked up the set. Maybe IRS, I'm glad I got, but the rest of them, no. It kind of hurts me that I kind of got that package in today. I looked at those and I'm like, nah, kind of frustrated. Hey, Larry, what's up, buddy? Are you going to talk about custom AW Remcos? I'm starting to collect those. I'm learning quite a bit from you. Hey, Larry. Shoot. From so there are a couple guys. John Sinnard is a great one, and Steelers 12. Obviously, he's another one. From Steelers 12, I probably bought like 100 AW Remco customs, and last year, or was it 23? It may have been 23, but irrelevant. 23 or 24. I had a bunch of different a bunch of different tournaments, and the AWR Remco tournament was probably one of my favorites that I've ever done. I had a million AWR Remcos customs part of that tournament, and a good chunk of them came from Russ Schorberg. I can't put. I'm gonna butcher his last name. Came from Russ Steelers 12, and value wise, I mean, Remcos in general are not as valuable as your LJNs or your Hasbros, but they have some value to collectors. They have value to fans. Most most customs for Remcos, I think most of them that I bought, I think usually hovered around 20 something to 30 something dollars. Like now, if you're going for like Matt Mania customs, like if you're trying to buy the Boris Zukov custom or Sheikah non custom, now those customs, yeah, you're gonna pay up. You're probably paying anywhere between $60 on a low end to somewhere like $125 on a higher end. So, but like if you're buying like a Macho Man custom, you're probably paying somewhere around $25 to $40 for the custom, with enough accessories. Like if it's like a Ultimate Warrior with like a new head and just painted shorts and boots, maybe $20 to $25. But if it's like an Ultimate Warrior with a new head, but he's got like a shirt accessory, you might get it for around $40 to $45. So I could do a video later on that kind of shows off all of my different AWA customs, but like it's extensive. Like I said, I bought a million of them from Russ Steelers 12, and it's freaking pretty damn impressive. If I ever redo another AWA Remco tournament, I'm basically going to have to go back to Russ and John and buy more customs from them because I want it to be a completely new tournament, and I just don't want to redo the exact same tournament all over again. But when I do these tournaments, I want them to be as full as possible, right? So that's why I wanted to have as many customs as possible for that tournament. Yeah. Uh, the only thing about Russ, he doesn't take commissions, I would say. So, like, if you reach out to him, be like, "Hey, I'm looking for this particular character," he can make it for you. He will definitely make you what you're looking for, but he will put it on auction. I don't know if that sounds bad or not, but like me, I was looking for the Rat Pack, so he definitely went out. He made me Matt Bourne. He made me Jim Duggan. He made me Ted DiBiase. He did a great job. But he didn't say, "Hey, I'll make you these three figures and I'll sell them to you for $75, or I'll sell them to you for 60, or I'll sell them to you for 100 or something like that." He put them on auction, and if I won them, I won them. If I didn't, I was SOL basically. Now, luckily, I did win all three figures, but that kind of that irked me though. I'm like, I can't. It wasn't just hey, I want to give you an idea to create something. It's like I want it specifically, Um, but it worked out for me, so I guess I can't complain. But if you are looking for a character specifically, reach out to them, let them know what you're looking for. Just be prepared that you're probably gonna have to bid on it. Yeah, $50 for Barbarian and Boris. I imagine you pay $50 each. Yeah, uh, that's a great price. um, damn. When I won my sets from him, I won them on auction. They went for like $120 a piece. Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's what this video is about. Damn. Are customs worth it? I'm still asking that question because I feel like customs are just significantly dropping in price. Like all of these customs that I personally paid so much money for, other people don't value them. Like what's an example? Like if I had an Ultimate Warrior, right? And even if I wasn't buying this from you, let's say I had this figure and I sent it out to you to paint this figure for me. And you said, "Hey, I could take that figure, I could paint him and it would cost and I could paint him exactly like you want it. I'm going to charge you $30 for it." Okay. It cost me, for sake of argument, let's say it cost me $20 to buy this figure. Original purple Series 3 Ultimate Wear. Never happened. An original Series 3 costs like $30 to $50. But hypothetically, let's say $20 purchase price. Mail it out $6. Mail it back to me $6. To paint it, customize, $30 to the artist. So let's just say 50, let's say $60 all in. If I put this up as is on auction for, let's say, starting bid price of $50, I might get some watchers, but it would sit on eBay week after week, month after month, because nobody would go in and buy this for a starting bid of $50. It's a great figure, but the only person that has value to is the person that's actually wanting the customization. Your average collector, even a person like me, your average person who collects customs is not going to pick up the most random custom figure. So why am I not running anymore to pick up Owen Hart or running to pick up the new Ichiban Hogan from Ram Treasures, for example? Because I'm seeing what's happening with all of the other LJN customs. They're not, even though they're rubber, they're not even holding their value either. I've seen the customs from the other guy that I bought from, Ram Treasure Figures, and they were selling on eBay for like $70, $80. What happens one day if I ever have to sell my collection? It sucks if you buy something for 130 and you got to sell it for, $80. Then eBay fees. And selling at $80 turns into $65. Hey, what's up, Irish? How you doing, brother? Cheers, mate. Mm. Oh God, that is bad. That is so bad. Ah, whew. You know what? what I don't understand. I always see these videos where like, people are out and about and they're like live streaming from like bars and out in the streets and what have you. And I'm like, how are people live streaming outside and whatnot? Like, I could be like sitting outside on the outside deck or whatever, or I could be in the garage and I don't even have a signal. Like I basically got to be right next to the modem to get a clear enough signal to live stream. I mean, that's why I don't live stream in the basement anymore, because I'm too far away from the signal, right? And I'm like, how do these people get internet connection to live stream from anywhere in the world? I'm like, it's weird. But I want to sit outside and live stream from time to time. Maybe it's because they're on their cell phone, and maybe. But do I want to live stream from a cell phone? Read the little tiny text, which is going to be difficult on me because my eyesight is garbage. Hey, Irish, if you do, I'm going to tune in, bud. So there is another video I'm probably planning for Monday or Tuesday. It's an eBay video, of course, because what would I be without my eBay videos? There's a buyer right now. I don't know if he's a scammer or not. I don't know. I don't think he's a scammer, but I talk about it all the time, right? And one of the things I always discuss is these folks with like these very low uh, feedback rating. Like this guy has like I don't know, like a 93% feedback rating. And I don't know if I should say too much because I want people to watch the video to learn about it the first time. Screw it, I'll talk about it. So he won a bag of coffee. And a bag of coffee, it sold for like $20.50 or something. I know that's awesome, right? And I looked up this 2.5 bag of coffee, Starbucks coffee, and it sells on like Amazon for like $30, $40. I'm like, that's stupid. It's freaking coffee. But even after eBay fees, I should earn a couple bucks on it. So I'm like, awesome. I found out that it's like whole beans and not ground coffee. So I'm like, well, I screwed up when I bought it. So I was happy to actually sell it online and actually get my money back for it. But so I was just happy to make the sale on the bag of coffee, and it was on eBay for a few weeks, and it got a bid. I'm like, awesome. Boxed it up, taped it up, ready to ship once it sold and once it got paid for. And then the day it was going to sell, another person bid on it. Awesome. There's going to be a bidding war. Nope, just two bids. Second person won. Okay, cool. Extra 50 cents. Nice. Sold on Monday. It's now Saturday. This clown still has not paid. I'm like, once I saw his feedback rate of 93%, I'm like, I might as well just cancel right now because this guy's not going to pay. I know I've been on eBay enough to know what's happening here. This guy is bidding on an item to win in hopes that I leave him negative feedback. Why? Well, I've talked about it. Sellers cannot leave buyers negative feedback. What they do is leave positive feedback. And in the comments, they can leave negative feedback. But who cares about the comments? Once they hit that bubble, positive, their feedback rating goes up. And I learned from my buddy that if your feedback rating is below like 95 or 96%, eBay actually takes more money from you as a seller. So this is just a way for them to earn more money. And I seem to be like the go-to asshole for people to clown and scam over all the time. I'm like, when I say I like 75 or 8% of my sales are fraudulent buyers, I'm barely exaggerating. Almost all my sales are like this. It's so freaking annoying. And you wonder why I'm so damn frustrated all the damn time. Like I want this to be my business. I'm trying to be a reseller. That's like I want this to be how I earn a living, but I can't because assholes never pay. Don't respond to messages. I watched the Clash of the Champions today. It was okay. Is Cena and Punk match really cracked me up? What happened with Cena and Punk? Oh god. Ooh. Oh man. You know what? I honestly cannot honestly say that I've ever seen John Cena wrestle. I'm trying to think, but for the life of me, I can't think of a single wrestling match I've ever seen John Cena in. I mean, CM Punk, I'm definitely sure I've never seen him wrestle. I mean, maybe I've seen these guys in Royal Rumbles, but any of these new age guys, not really. Uh, I gotta think back to the description of this video, what I was gonna talk about, but so I hit on the LJN comparables, and oh, damn John Cena. Oh, damn guys, Galoob tournament. That's what I wanted to talk about again. So right now, and this is why I've been putting this off like all year, because really I've been wanting to get the Galoob tournament probably like back in January, maybe early February, but like the tournaments, they're not just original figures, right? I incorporate customs because I want these tournaments to be as long and as big as possible. So with Galoob only having roughly 31 figures, I think, as part of the main line, that's gonna be a very quick tournament. We're probably looking at like 2.5 rounds basically. So I'm like, no, we gotta make this thing bigger. You know, at least 60 figures or so. So I probably have, give or take, a few, probably 20 customs of Galoob or so. So not a whole lot. Galoob is probably like my smallest custom amount of customs. I'm trying to get in at least 10 or so more customs. 10 more customs. If you throw in those series 3 figures, oh yeah, we're gonna have enough customs to do a Galoob tournament. So my favorite WCW Galoob tournament is coming sometime this year. Does that mean that my favorite WWF LJN year 4 tournament is coming? I don't think so. I know I said that after the last tournament that I was not going to do a full-on tournament, including all the figures, that I was going to erase or remove all of past winners from the tournament. I was also going to only include the most sensational figures. I was only going to include the newest additions to the collection that weren't part of previous tournaments, but because last tournament was like what, 320 figures, I think, and I wanted to cut it down to like 120, 130 figures, but nah, man, that's, and I don't know. I don't know if doing another LJN tournament was worth it. Another random treasures tournament, possibly. Now Zeus won my previous tournament, so it's maybe it'd be beneficial to remove him from the tournament as a past winner, and doing another random treasures tournament, that might be fun. Could we do 2 tournaments this year? Or maybe do 1 tournament this year, another tournament next year? That would be fun. I mean, I was known as a tournament guy for so long, and I don't think I've done any tournaments this year, so I can't be the tournament guy and not be having any tournaments. It's so freaking awkward. And we're already almost in July, so it's like, dude, this is crazy. Last night's SmackDown, CM Punk came out as Punk Life Thugonomics. That really cracks me back. Oh, God. Shoot. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that had me thinking back to Fob Delta for whatever reason. Fob Delta was was the camp that we were assigned to my second deployment, but had absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever. But flashes are weird. Now the alcohol is really messing with my head, and it's hard to think now. Like I said, man, this freaking 80 proof, I knew that this stuff was going to kick in immediately, so I'm not like surprised. Actually, I drink a whole lot more than I thought I would need to get this way. But I'm going to try to go an hour. If I go an hour and a half, call me a medic, because I would have drunk way too much. All right. So, last week I made a couple of videos, 2, maybe 3 videos. I forgot. Shoot, my mind sucks. And the contractors that we hired to fix our porch. Oh, God. The remodel around the house is insane. My head is so heavy right now. I think I've talked about this already, right? But so the back deck, there were like a few boards that are messed up, right? And I showed the guys like, hey, there's these boards that need fixing, repaired. I just thought they'd come in, like fill it with some silicone or whatever the heck it is that they fill wood with and whatnot. And went downstairs, like, hey, the honeybees or whatever wasp are burrowing into this wood here, and this needs patched. These need to be patched up. Well, those little planks that hold up the porch, they never did fill in those damn fill in that wood. And the boards up on the actual deck itself, I just thought they would fill in the holes there. at the least, at the worst, rip out the board, replace it. Nah. They ripped out every single freaking floorboard there was, replaced everything. They used to go like this, then they end up making it diagonal or horizontal. I'm like, okay, whatever. What's done is done. I was sitting out on the porch today having lunch, eating my sandwich, drinking a little bit of this, and I started, looking around, and I started noticing all these different hole spots. I'm like, you guys didn't really do the best job, huh? Either you didn't replace all of the wood that needed to be repaired, or the wood you bought was really freaking shitty. Because, goddamn, what's up with all these holes? Or maybe the freaking bugs in Louisville are really that damn big because they cannot possibly be burrowing this deep in the wood already. It's only been a few days. God dang. I was gonna hire these guys to because we're getting from Blue World Pools. We're gonna hire them to build a deck around the actual pool, but I don't know. I've also talked to the foreman, to the boss, about maybe building a third level to the house. Who needs to buy a new house when this house is paid off? Build a third level, media room, uh, toy room, new bathroom. How much is that going to cost? Still got money left over for my 401k and all that stuff, right? For when I paid off the house. Let's add a new addition to the house. Why not? But do I want to go to the same people for that? They're good people, good to talk to, but they also left the damn house a mess. So I don't know. Like I had to go outside and sweep up after them and do a police call around the house. I'm like, nah, I don't like that. That's unprofessional. So what do you guys think? I could continue to keep giving them my business and build that rapport, build that business relationship, or I can go with somebody else and establish new relationships and have new people that I can call upon. So I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm out of it now, guys. The whole third level idea, building a third floor to this house. I mean, that's a pipe dream, right? That's never going to happen. But that'd be fun to think about. What kind of damn permits would you need to build a third level to your house? Plus, we got a basement, above ground basement, and garage. We got the first floor and second floor. So to build a third floor, so damn, you'd be building like a damn skyscraper. Now the question becomes, what kind of reinforcement would you need for the bottom level? Because all that extra weight plus furniture and stuff that you add on, damn, that might be too much. CM Punk is creator of what he does. Cool. Right on. Oh shit. Sorry. My mind is way out of it. You see that number at the top? That my freaking viewers are smart. They know to wait until like almost an hour into the video to tune in because that's when I'm like super freaking drunk. That's what I like about my viewers. They're like, hey, this asshole drinks on his live streams. So we're going to wait 45, 50 minutes in, and then we're going to start like tuning in because at that point, he's going to be so fucking pissed. Excuse my language. He's going to be so piss poor drunk. He's going to start making a jackass of himself. But you know what? It's all in good fun, though. And that's what's up. That's what these live streams are all about. It's about having a good time. And I hope that folks are back home drinking with me and having a good time. So Asuka got screwed in by my equipment with that. It's a conspiracy. Suke. You know what? She's got to be my favorite female wrestler. Not only because she won the 2018 Royal Rumble, but she just freaking, like, her talent is just freaking awesome. I still stand by the assumption that the female Royal Rumbles, no question, their Rumbles are by far superior to the male Rumbles. Now, when you go back in history, yes, 88 through 92, maybe 93, greatest Royal Rumbles ever. But the more you get through 94, 95, 90, through 98 or so, Rumbles are average or so. Once you get into the 2000s, like, oh God. The 2010s? No. The female room, I've watched all of, or I think I may have missed the last couple of female rumbles, but all of the female rumbles that I've watched have been absolutely amazing. Brilliant. The technical skill in the ring has been incredible. And it's not this, first two contestants come in, number two eliminates number one, eliminates number three, eliminates number four, eliminates number five, and that's it. It's competitive. Like the first 9 competitors are in the ring, and that's what I like. That to me is a Royal Rumble. Everyone has a chance. So I love the female Royal Rumbles. I think they're amazing. The skills and the technique, amazing. So tell me, guys, how bad do I sound to you? I really don't notice personally talking, but I'm just curious from your perspective. Do I need to lay off the tequila? I'm just waiting for someone to chime in. You've had enough, buddy. Oh, God. Alcohol pads, when you're about to wipe off the arm before you give someone a shot. That's what this smells like. Oh, God. How does people drink this crap? Now I know why they use like actual alcohol. like drinking alcohol for sterilization and stuff. Mm. All right, we're at 55 minutes, and I'm just passing time right now because I pretty much talked about everything I want to talk about. So, I'm just, yeah. Oh, I've already filmed my Sunday show, my magazine review, and I've been noticing the last few weeks that I really haven't had much to talk about during the Sunday review videos. So, like, tomorrow's video is going to be tomorrow's video is about the Rockers. And I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about the Rockers. And it's going to have nothing to do with the actual magazine itself. I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, I like doing the magazine reviews. I like looking at the pictures and stuff. I don't spend any time reading the actual magazine, not if we're being honest, but so can we call it an actual review? It's not really reviewing the magazine, right? Outside of looking at photos. But I know the viewers like to look at the magazine, so I keep doing it every week. I like to do more of the Streets of Rage. The last 4 days posting those videos, that was fun, man. Like, that was some of the most enjoyment I've had. Someone that was cracking up. It was like, take that, take that. I didn't even realize I was doing that, but just being stupid, man. Eventually, at some point, I'm gonna have to sit there and be like, let's film a 1 hour straight through playthrough video. Oh god, I'm so freaking stupid. Like, I played as the Ultimate Warrior, right? And I pushed the up button, and that was Crush. I was there as Crush, but I couldn't move. I couldn't move, and I was getting the beat down. I didn't realize I was Crush, and the entire time I thought I was invisible. And so I was getting beat down as Crush. Like, I just thought Crush was just another character who was just there beating down an invisible character. But I'm like, nah, man. Uh, and I watched that episode this morning, and I'm like, nope, stupid. Crush is you, you freaking moron. And then I came back as like another character. I don't remember who the other character was, but I came back as another character in level 7, stage 7, and same thing. Probably the Undertaker or something. I don't know, man. I don't remember who it was, but the game glitched and like I was frozen. So the character was getting beat down for like 2.5 minutes. And I'm sitting there watching it like I just thought it was 3 characters beating down an invisible character when I was actually playing. But I must have been freaking high or something. I don't know, man, because I didn't know what was going on at the time I was watching this. But then rewatching it this morning, I'm like, dude, I look at the top of the screen, you see Crush at the top, or you see whatever at the top of the screen. I'm like, dude, that was me. Damn. But like, I'm playing the remote and nothing was happening. So I could have kept going technically past, in level 7. I could have kept fighting and kept going. I could have at least completed level 7. So later on, yes, I do want to actually maybe during a live stream, I will do a do a live stream of Streets of Rage 2, WWF edition, and maybe I'll have my wife kind of film for me, and she'll read off the comments to me, and I'll talk to you guys, and I'll just play the video game or something, and it might last, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, as long as it lasts, as long as it takes for me to win the game or to die. I don't know. Maybe next week. If that's something that interests you guys, hey, tell me in the comments. In fact, yes, tell me in the comments if that's what you want. In the next week, I will drink and play Streets of Rage. But if I drink, I'm probably going to be too damn hammered to do anything. So I'll probably die very quickly. But who knows what I'll say during the live stream. So I might say something stupid. So I might say something embarrassing. It'll be fun. I like the Ultimate Warrior promo fueled by Rocket Fuel. Me, when I watch a women's Royal Rumble in WWE, I like watching a good old fashioned cat fight. Hey, buddy, you and me too, buddy. Shoot. Asuka got screwed, in my opinion, with that match with her cats. Their Cargill. I think this is Cargill. My eyes are killing me. It's a consider. My eyes are killing me. I don't know. I think that's his Cargill. I don't know. My eyes are heavy, man. Do I dare fill this cup up with anything more? We're already past an hour, so I don't know if I want to watch, if I want to add any more. Shoot, what else is there to talk about? I mean, I think we're done, right? Any of you guys have anything to talk about? Guys, I do have some Hasbros that I am going to put up for auction. Oh, damn, dude. Woo. I put a load of freaking alcohol in that bottle. I didn't mean to put that much in there. Oh, God, I'm going to die. Guys, bear with me. I'm going to die. I didn't mean to put this much in here. It's like half a freaking cup. Okay. Oh, God. All right, so on my community Wow. Community notes the other day. I did use a Chat GTP. Thank you, Bone Break in Action, for that reference. Uh, oh man, damn BVA got me up onto that that app. I don't know if I want to be happy about it or mad about it, but it's got good pictures, but it takes like a million years to populate the pictures. But it did come up with a really solid picture, and if I'm able to put that picture on like the back of the card, that would be an awesome picture for like a background of the carding for my particular picture for my particular figure. So you guys know I got like a double figure for my BBA versus Waddy's channel grudge match figure for series 2, right? And that's going to be so awesome, and I'm really looking forward to what Simbodi it comes out with. Now the original figure, it's like the arms down, but I want him to raise the arms, so it's going to be a significantly different than what he comes up with. I really wish that we could find ways to get these figures altered in a way where we can get them like 100 figures produced instead of like 500 figures produced, because I know people out there would be interested in buying that stuff, you know. I would love to be able to offer it up to my viewers for, you know, X amount of money. Not no $400 stupid prices. $50 I think is like, you know, a nice price. You know what Latuni or Big Rubber guys are offering, you know, that's fair. What I want to do is do up, you know, Walmart prices, you know, $10, $7.99, something like that. That would be freaking awesome. 1980s prices. That would be my ideal price. But what's the chances of that happening, right? Freaking Walmart's like a $560 billion corporation. They earn like what? Like I said, like $550 billion a year. So they could do it. They can make it happen. Ugh. Uh, I'm still trying to get my wife to kind of join by my live streams, even if she doesn't want to be on, you know, face first on live stream. I told her, dude, if you don't want to be face first, sit behind the computer. You can sit behind the computer and talk to me, but she doesn't want to do it. I'm like, dude, she and I together talking about stories. That's a million views right there. That's freaking awesome time right there. The stories and conversation we could have, god damn. That's amazing right there. Whatevs. Oh god, that is so bad. Oh god. Oh. Oh. I'm done, guys. We're like an hour and I think it says 10 minutes. I don't know. My eyes are out of it. Anybody have anything for me before I go? An hour and 10 minutes in. I'm trying to think before I go. I really wish I knew what he was doing. 80s Revolution for Series 3. Bone Breaking Action for Series 2. Be on the lookout. Both of those figures are coming. I might get Net to release each of those figures in series, both of those figures through Random Treasures, possibly. Now, obviously, Simbodi is the customizer, so maybe. Now, maybe Latuni can produce those figures. I don't want to keep talking about that every single week, right? I think that's stupid. It's advertisement, but no. I don't want to keep doing that. I feel like that's overkill. All right, guys. We're at like an hour and 11 minutes, and I think that's good. Ooh. Wow. Okay. That's all, guys. I don't think I have anything left. Unless you guys have anything for me in the comments. I think that's all for me, guys. Yeah. So I am going to end the live stream here. As always, thank you for tuning in. Hey, Irish, absolutely, man. I'm going to tune in right as I end this live stream. So, oh, man. Duh. I'm out of it, buddy. But, I'm going to be tuning in as soon as my live stream's over. I always tune into yours. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And, damn, you know what that means. 7 more days until the next live stream. And I hate that. Because I love live streaming, right? I love talking to you guys. But unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about today. But we still managed an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm okay with that. So cheers, everybody. I'm pretty drunk and I'm pretty happy with you guys. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll talk to you guys in the comments. And I will see you all in the next live stream. Thanks, everybody.